Courtesy is as much a mark of a gentleman as courage. Here is your country. Cherish these natural wonders. Cherish the natural resources. Cherish the history and romance as a sacred heritage for your children and your children's children. For those who fight for it, life has a flavor the sheltered will never know. Far better it is to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs, even though checkered by failure, than to take rank with those poor spirits who neither enjoy much nor suffer much, because they live in the gray twilight that knows neither victory nor defeat. There can be no life without change, and to be afraid of what is different or unfamiliar is to be afraid of life. Do not let selfish men or greedy interests skin your country of its beauty, its riches, or its romance. To announce that there must be no criticism of the president, or that we are to stand by the president, right or wrong, is not only unpatriotic and servile, but is morally treasonable to the American public. Only those who live and sleep in the open fully realize the beauty of dawn and moonlight and starlight. If you could kick the person in the pants responsible for most of your trouble, you wouldn't sit for a month. A man's usefulness depends upon his living up to his ideals insofar as he can. Speak softly and carry a big stick. You will go far. Politeness is a sign of dignity, not subservience. Comparison is the thief of joy. Let the watchwords of all our people be the old familiar watchwords of honesty, decency, fair dealing, and common sense. Each one must do his part, if we wish to show that the nation is worthy of its good fortune. Courage is not having the strength to go on. It is going on when you don't have the strength. Whenever you are asked if you can do a job, tell him, "Certainly, I can." Then get busy and find out how to do it. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the choice that something else is greater than that fear. With self-discipline, most anything is possible. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. I am only an average man, but I work harder at it than the average man. Do what you can, with what you have, where you are. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Dreams are a dime a dozen, it's their execution that counts. Nothing worth having comes easy. There is no effort without error and shortcoming. Complaining about a problem without posing a solution is called whining. No man is above the law, and no man is below it. The only man who never makes mistakes is the man who never does anything. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Women should have free access to every field of labor which they care to enter, and when their work is as valuable as that of a man, it should be paid as highly. It is out of the question for our people to rise by treading down any of their own number. To educate a person in the mind, but not in morals, is to educate a menace to society. As regards the extraordinary prizes, The element of luck is the determining factor. Be practical as well as generous in your ideals. When you're at the end of your rope, tie a knot and hold on. It may be true that he travels farthest who travels alone, but the goal thus reached is not worth reaching. Nothing in the world is worth having or worth doing unless it means effort, pain, difficulty. In any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The worst thing you can do is nothing. Knowing what's right doesn't mean much unless you do what's right. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. In life, as in football, the principle to follow is to hit the line hard. I have never in my life envied a human being who led an easy life. I have envied a great many people who led difficult lives and led them well. Never throughout history has a man who lived a life of ease left a name worth remembering. The best executive is the one who has sense enough to pick good men to do what he wants done, and self-restraint to keep from meddling with them while they do it. No man should receive $1 unless that dollar has been fairly earned. The reason fat men are good-natured is they can neither fight nor run. We despise and abhor the bully, the brawler, the oppressor, whether in private or public life, but we despise no less the coward and the voluptuary. No man is worth calling a man who will not fight rather than submit to infamy or see those that are dear to him suffer wrong. The most important single ingredient in the formula of success is knowing how to get along with people. For us is the life of action, of strenuous performance of duty. Let us live in the harness, striving mightily. Let us rather run the risk of wearing out than risking out. Credit should go with the performance of duty, and not with what is very often the accident of glory. I represent the public, not public opinion. There are no words that can tell the hidden spirit of the wilderness, that can reveal its mystery, its melancholy, and its charm. Only those are fit to live who do not fear to die, and none are fit to die who have shrunk from the joy of life and the duty of life. Both life and death are parts of the same great adventure. The teachings of the Bible are so interwoven and entwined with our whole civic and social life that it would be literally impossible for us to figure to ourselves what that life would be if these teachings were removed. Books are the ammunition of life. The nation behaves well if it treats the natural resources as assets, which it must turn over to the next generation increased and not impaired in value. Life means change. Where there is no change, death comes. Any man who has met with success, if he will be frank with himself, must admit that there has been a big element of fortune in the success. A thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education. No man needs sympathy because he has to work, because he has a burden to carry. Far and away the best prize that life offers is the chance to work hard at work worth doing. I have a perfect horror of words that are not backed up by deeds. It is never worthwhile to absolutely exhaust oneself or to take big chances unless for an adequate object.